Good morning. Just thought I'd check in real quick after my first week of the Mind Transformation starts today. New Year's 8-week sprint challenge. That is a mouthful. It has been an interesting week to say the least. I lost almost 6 pounds this week, which is amazing. Now I am very, very well aware that that's water weight and bloat, and I can really, really feel the difference though. I know it's not, I didn't lose 6 pounds of fat this week, but I had been eating so horribly over the holidays and the couple of months leading up into the holidays. I mean, I think my holiday season really started in like October. And I ate like such an asshole for those few months that I just was so inflamed, my entire body. So that's 6 pounds of inflammation gone, which is really nice. It feels great. Yeah, so getting back into it this week was, it felt great to start. It's nice to draw that line in the sand. I remember that was sort of a big thing last year. I remember my coach and Andy even saying, you just draw the line in the sand and just commit and do it. And that's what I did this week. And it felt really good to make a commitment and stick to it. I worked out every single day. Even on my rest days, I just walked, which my coach Jeremy Mullins likes to refer to as grunt work, and I do enjoy that. I think it feels good. There are definitely days when I didn't feel like going to the gym. I was really sore this week. Obviously hadn't worked that hard in a while, so that was to be expected. And it took some maneuvering around to make sure that I had just schedules and getting my kids where they needed to be when they needed to be, since I'm flying solo these days. I had to be flexible and fit it in where I could get it in, and that it worked out for me this week, which was awesome. And I stuck to my macros, which I'm following a nutritional ketosis plan at the moment, which I've been in and out of for the past few years, ever since my it was actually before I got my cancer diagnosis that I started to dabble in it a little bit. I have a brother-in-law who had been sort of experimenting with it, who turned me on to it, and I really liked the way I was feeling. I knew it was helping me to, I just prefer fatty foods over carbs, and so it fit well with just my preferences. So I dabbled around with it, but then once I got my cancer diagnosis, my oncologist, he didn't necessarily recommend it, but he gave me the okay to pursue that dietary lifestyle, if you will. There has been some research that shows that lower carb intake can produce better results or better prognosis within cancer patients. So that's something that really drove me to stick to that and to make it a lifestyle. And then when I lost all my weight a couple years ago, that's what I did. And it worked really well for me. And now I've been sort of in and out of it for the last year, which doesn't work so well. If you can't eat that way one day and then load up on carbs the next day, it does not work. You're going to pack on pounds. Let me just tell you that. So I was strict keto this week, and I got myself back into nutritional ketosis. I could tell through just little signs, bad taste in my mouth, but improved energy. And then, of course, I used the urine sticks, and those confirmed that I was in ketosis, which was nice. It feels right to be there. That all feels good. But I have to admit that the self-doubt is super real. I just, there's those little thoughts creep into your head, like, can I really do this? Can I really sustain this for the long haul? Do I really want to? I've got a few girlfriends who struggle with their weight as well, and one shared in a text string this week, that old meme that has been floating around about how nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. But the joke was, until you're in your 40s, and then basically who cares about how skinny feels? And she was laughing about that, and how, that nothing tastes as good as skinny feels really resonated with her when she was younger, when she was looking to find a mate and have a family and all that good stuff. But now that she is married and has been for several years and has her family and her life is really well established, she just doesn't really care anymore. And I understand that to a certain extent, and there's a part of me that's like, yeah, maybe it's not worth it, all this hard work. And but then in the back of my head, I know it is. I know it is. I've been there. I know how amazing it feels to be in control of your physical self, and how that leads to control of your mental self. And that's really what I'm striving for in this challenge, is control of both my physical and my mental selves, because I need to be strong. I need to be confident, and I need to be in control more than anything. I just need to be in control, and I feel out of control when I'm not taking care of myself. So those ideas and concerns of being worth it, and having just that self-doubt of whether or not I can do it, I was able this week to just push those out of my mind and say, we'll see. All I can do right now is keep going every day, keep making the right choices, keep pursuing my goals, and just keep moving forward. And we'll see if it's worth it. I think it is. I think it's gonna be, but we'll see. But I can't not give myself the opportunity to at least find out. So that's where I am this week. Just trying to give myself the chance to find out whether it's all worth it or not. And we'll see how this week goes. I'm still pretty sore. I'm kind of tired. Would like to take the day off from the gym, but actually today is my rest day. So I'm going to take the day off from the gym, but I'm going to try to get in a nice long walk with the dog a little bit later. But I also have a baby shower to go to, which is the first social event I will have had since starting the challenge. And those are always a little tricky, especially with the food. So, but I'm committed. I ask myself before I make any decisions, does this help you towards your goal, or does this hurt your efforts towards your goal? And so far I've been able to stay with just picking the things that help me. So I'm going to keep on keeping on. So I'll give you a little update next week, and hopefully we'll have just as good a week next week. So hopefully everything's going well there at HQ. Look forward to keeping up with everything and everyone on the old Instagram and Facebook, and you'll hear from me later. Take care. Bye.